bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just outside the front door of our location today, the Staples Center. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, I'm very familiar with C.J. McCollum's college days playing ball at mid-major Lehigh University. He said, we had solid players, but we also had guys who'd become doctors, lawyers, working on Wall Street. I liked it that way because I worked my way up. When you come from a small school, you appreciate it that much more. Kevin?
You certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set, or if you're trying to just put on muscle, that kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the right after the season. Hey, where can I get better? And then you spend the off season on that challenge.
The season never really ends. Ibaka hits both of them.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3 ball.
And here's George, after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Jones, no one around him, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assist. Finds the open man, and the ball instantly there for the finish.
And he gets it back. It's good.
Boy, after missing 3 straight, they finally get one to go down.
Portland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Lillard way outside. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard for Los Angeles. They've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Ibaka finds George. Leonard on the wing. Portland grabs the miss.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
Here's McCollum after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Leonard with the bucket. And it's a tie ball game.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Lillard, bounce pass. Here's the 3. Batum grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And that one's good. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Portland no good that time either. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's Cantor. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Good checked in for Robert Covington. Now Leonard. Following the three-point attempt by Rodney Hood. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after and he kept working.
Leonard hits them both. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Count the basket. Leonard's got 10.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
The shot's good from Cantor.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Leonard with the bucket.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Here's Leonard. That one wide left. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's McCollum. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
So for the Trailblazers, Trent's checked in, and it's Simons in for Lillard. .112 left in the first. Simons, the pass to Cantor. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Ibaka finds George. Off target from three-point range. And for Portland, they're shooting just about an even 40% to start. A nice shot by Simons. And here is Los Angeles now. 3-point lead. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
Yeah, season sweep form last year in this matchup. They were consistent as far as ensuring they beat the teams they were supposed to.
Trent passes to Anthony from about 19 feet. Here's Cantor, and he uses the glass on the layup. Cantor's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Clippers have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. A 3 from Leonard knocks down the 3 ball.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily.
Oh, big time play.
And he nails it. That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Listen, under duress of the end of the period, you just throw it up.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Clippers lead by 1. And we've got more NBA action on 2K.
Old school basketball, you know, and it's fun and it's light. Fans deserve it on both sides. You know, it's good old-fashioned basketball. You know, it's all part of the game. We're both trying to win, and that's what people want to see. Hard-nosed, edgy basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 19 points. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I'll tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold. And anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
And George gets it to go.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Here's Simons. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Covington. Shoots over Batum. It's stolen by Ibaka. One-on-one fast break. That's good for George on the assist by Leonard. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the rest of the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
George with the ball. Now Covington defending.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
And here are the Trailblazers now. They trail by 7. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Jones with the bounce pass. 6 to shoot. Here's McCollum. Nails it from the high post. McCollum's got his first points of the game.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
For the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. Rodney Hood subbed in for Jones. McCollum dishes to Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got 4 rebounds in this game.
He started the game scorching the Nets from deep. 3 triples in the first period, but none here in the second.
Back to Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Over Hood. The shot by George, no good.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Pass to Kanter. Lillard outside. From past the arc.
Wow, Patrick Beverly just so willing to close that airspace and put a good contest on.
Back to Ibaka. Batum against Covington. A shot by Batum, no good. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Last season, he played outstanding. 14th and three-point field goal percentage, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And who could defend him last season out there? Defenders tried to body him up, play a little physical, but time and time again, he drilled the 3 anyway. George against McCollum. Yes, that goes in. McCollum's got his second basket.
I'll tell you, you can't put your head down after a tough first quarter. You've got to keep fighting, and now he's starting to roll.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So it'll be Lou Williams shooting. Robert Covington picks one up.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
But they recover it. The shot's good from Kanter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Williams passes to George. Williams scanning the floor. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Now this is a go-to shot for sweet Lou Williams. The 3 ball is there.
McCollum outside. Kanter trying to free himself up. And Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Inside, the kick out to Williams. Zubac trying to break loose. No good from outside. Pass to Lillard. He's looking for McCollum and finds him. Good on the bucket.
Doesn't quite have the height, but boy, does McCollum have the heart. He's a relentless finisher in traffic.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
76% from the line a season ago. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 1. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 23 points, 2 rebounds, and load management the last few seasons, a common occurrence for Kawhi Leonard, missing about a quarter of the regular season schedule. Shaq, you have a problem with it?
I most certainly do not. He's saving himself for the playoffs, but that's when it counts, Ernie. The chase the title. Big player, that's what you judge on. Because don't forget, up here we have 6 rings, Ernie. We are the best at what we do. Nobody has more rings than us, Ernie.
Yeah, and you know he's had legitimate injuries. You've got to keep strong like that. You just can't just throw games away to try to win now.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Derek Jones. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's McCollum in at the 2 guard. Leonard. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. Portland the foul. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in, and so he hits both.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Down low. Lee Baz was put in just the right spot. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
McCollum up top. Jones looking for an opening.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. On Friday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. First one falls for him. Leonard hits them both. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. On the wing, Jones. McCollum outside from downtown. It doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Here's Jones. No good again that time.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Now Lillard, 11 points in the game. Now a timeout called by Portland. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. 5th on the list, Damian Lillard.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too. Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
From deep, Williams. A shot's good on the assist by George. Williams has got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. Portland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Lou Williams so crafty crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer. Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively. Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Lillard's got 13.
And finally, with some offense, he stops a 17-0 run by the Clippers.
George dishes to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. It's tipped. Lillard with it. Williams picks him up. Looking to get back on track here.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Lillard with no one around. Hits the jumper in space. 15 points in the game.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Count it.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the middle. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. Hood's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Shoots over Kanter. Again, the Clippers.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Simons. 9 points in the game so far. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
There's some toughness in the attitude of Paul George. Perfectly fends off the D on his way to the rack.
Trailblazers trail by 20. And there's the pass to Carmelo. Chalk up 2 there. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's George. Here's Ibaka, and it's good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 20.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Here's George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
And the first one at the line is good. The Trailblazers making a switch here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Williams. He's got 9. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Damian Lillard.
Well, this guy has such a knack for keeping defenders off balance. Lou Williams to the free throw line again.
And both free throws good for Lou Williams.
Well, with multiple Six-Man of the Year awards to his credit, Lou Williams will be remembered as one of the best bench players in NBA history.
And so it's Los Angeles holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for me.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Williams is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka. And it's Zubac in at the 4. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Up again.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Los Angeles leading by 20. Passes it to George. The dish to Ibaka. Back to George. From the corner. Here's Zubac. The shot missing. Excellent D from Cancer. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Clippers have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. And George, here we go. Leonard. And it's blocked. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Anthony Simons. Lillard surveying the D. Goes up the baseline, and Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists now tonight. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning. And your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
It's good from long range.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night. 3 in the first half.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Zubac kicks to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Talk about receding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other, but ultimately, nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
Outside, Jones. McCollum outside. Covington against Ibaka. 3-pointer, Lillard, and another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooter.
Here's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 18.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Lillard from outside. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Yep, that one goes in there.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. From outside, off the mark. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. And George, here we go. And he finishes nicely on the layup. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the basket by McCollum.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Clippers leading by 20. George looking around. Outside Leonard. Pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. From deep. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 20. And Jones slams it in.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's George on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. Pass to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Off target with his 3. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Jones dishes to Lillard. Back to Jones, and Jones slams it home.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys. And look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Now the pass to Leonard. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. Covington against Beverly. Outside, Batum can't hit from the elbow.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
The Clippers again turning it over. So Portland ends up going with the new group. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. Here's Giles, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Portland now. Here's Trent. Leases one from 3.
I mean, he hit that shot from the next town over. Kev, what a shot.
So the Clippers with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.